Dean, you are a Wigan fan, but
Yes.
you are stood here proudly at the Leopards Den in a Leigh top. Can you just explain why?
Well, because before the season, I had a bet on social media with some friends that if Leigh were to somehow beat Wigan at Wigan, that I would come here for the reverse fixture in July wearing a Leigh shirt. Unfortunately for me, that all came true, so here I am.
And can you just talk us through your feelings sort of during that game? Obviously, you knew what you tweeted. Was there a bit of extra nervousness during the game?
I would say towards the last 5 minutes of regular time, there certainly was, and especially in Golden Point. And but I did feel confident because I was like, we've been in these kind of situations before. We're a more experienced team. Leigh have got new players in, so maybe they're not used to this kind of pressure. Unfortunately, that backfired, didn't it?
And were you more disappointed to have lost the points or knowing that you'd have to obviously purchase that shirt?
To be honest, I wasn't disappointed about anything. I mean, initially, for about 2 minutes after the game, I was stood there going, "Oh God, I'm going to have to go to Leigh in that shirt now. I can't believe this." But about 10 minutes later, I was like, "No, it's just a bit of fun, and it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things if we lose a game."
And the response on social media has been pretty special, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It's taken off in a way I never ever expected. It was just a bit of a laugh and a joke at my expense, and it's ended up through Leigh fans. It has to be said, turning into something far bigger than I imagined. Once I'd posted the day after that, I'd ordered the shirt. Commenting the Leigh fan from a mate of mine who's a Leigh season ticket holder said, "Brilliant! Come on, Leigh fans, why don't we organise some sort of donation to Wigan and Leigh Hospice in Dean's dad's name?" And a couple of other Leigh fans went, "Yeah, absolutely, let's get on that." And then throughout the night, I was getting messages and people screenshotting stuff on Facebook saying, "This is being talked about on Facebook." So I went on Facebook and had a look, commented on the post, and some of the people on the post were saying, "Is there a donation site, like a Just Giving site?" And I was like, "I'm going to have to make one here." And so the day after I did, and within the first 8 hours we'd had something like £450 raised, which was, I was like, wow.
And Sunday won't be your first experience at Leopards Den, will it? You did go to your first away game here.
Yeah, my first away game was here in 2022, I think, for the League Leaders Shield game. No, 23 that would have been, yeah, sorry, yeah. I've never been to away games before. It's because mainly I'd struggled a lot with social anxiety, and it was really tough. But the last couple of years I'd decided, start going out and living your life. Don't let what's going on up here affect your life. And I got a half season ticket at Wigan that year, because normally I would go to maybe 3-4 random games a year, because Wigan is obviously my love, and I love rugby league. And because we did so well, I was like, I can't not go and see us lift that League Leaders Shield. So I came and I sat right down there in the corner. I was like 2 rows up from the front. Didn't really speak to anyone, but I just loved the entire night. And then a couple of weeks later, I went to Old Trafford for the grand final. And then I went, this is it. If I can do this, I can push myself and do more. So I got a full season ticket. I think I missed 3 home games due to illness. Went to about 6 away games last year. Challenge Cup final at Wembley and Old Trafford again. So yeah, the last couple of years it's been quite amazing, really. And one of the really big things that's got me through it is the support of all the fans, not just Wigan fans, but all rugby league fans.
And is it fair to say that 2 years ago you wouldn't have been making bets like this, and least of all carrying through with bets like
No,
this?
definitely not. No.
No, just a testament to how far you've come, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it is. I'm not really one of those people who pats himself on the back and go, "Yeah, look, I'm proud of myself for things I've done," because I've never really felt proud of anything. But I have to say, I am, for the first time in my life, I am genuinely proud of how far I've come. It's like at the game on Thursday, because normally I always get in early and let the crowd build up around me, so it eases the anxiety. I didn't feel any anxiety for the first time ever at a game. And it only dawned on me a couple of days later when I was talking about the game with my mum. I was like, I wasn't anxious, I wasn't fretting. And I was like, that just proves how much I've overcome stuff. And I think that's a really good thing, a message to send out to anyone. That no matter what it is you're going through, if you stick through it and you fight, you can overcome anything.
And how much has rugby league and Wigan Warriors been a part of that?
Massive. I honestly believe if it wasn't for that club, I wouldn't be standing here today. And I genuinely mean that.
I think you said that before as well, that you're not the sort of person that pats yourself on the back or feels proud. Well, I can definitely say that a lot of people I've spoken to when discussing this, they've said that how proud they are of you. I know Adrian Lamb mentioned how proud he was as well. And on the subject of Adrian Lamb, there was somebody special that sort of served that shirt to you as well, wasn't there?
It was Adrian Lamb, and I never expected that. I turned up here thinking I was just going to get my shirt from a regular member of staff who works in the shop and come and meet you and have this chat and discuss what's happening on Sunday, and that would be it. So when I walked in and I saw him was stood there, I was like, oh. And I got, as you could probably tell when you listened to us speaking, I got a bit emotional. And I tried to hide it well, but I don't know if I did. Because it was just such a shock, and because he is a legend at Wigan, and growing up he was one of my favourite players when he was at Wigan. And as I said to him in the shop, I know his time at Wigan didn't end well, but if you look back at his time at Wigan, he did a good job. We got to a grand final and we won the League Leaders' Shield, and he was only supposed to be the coach for one season. And then he came to this club, and look what magic he's done here. Got you promoted to the Championship, Challenge Cup final, back-to-back Super League playoffs. So it is a club that is on the up, and a lot of that is down to Adrian Lamb's coaching, but also to Derek Beaumont. And I just want to say about Derek, I know he often rubs people up the wrong way, and people is a polarising figure, but what he does for the sport is fantastic, the way he promotes the sport. Like, you come here and it is an event. There's bands on, there's all sorts of stuff going on, and it makes the whole atmosphere much better. And I think other clubs have seen that and are now going, let's follow suit and let's do it. And I think it makes for a much better atmosphere and a much better night all round.
And after he handed over your shirt, Adrian did say it'll start with a shirt and maybe it'll finish up with a season ticket. Do you think that's possible?
No, absolutely no chance.
Wigan through and through?
Yeah, Wigan through and through. I'll obviously be here for Sunday, which I'm looking forward to. I'm obviously going to be back for the game in July. I'll be over there with the proper fans. I'll still be wearing this because it's part of the bet, so I'm not going to back out. And then that'll be it. I might come maybe as a neutral at some point, depending on where Wigan are playing and who you're playing. But I think the 2 games this year is enough for me. And can I just say as well, everyone I've met here today so far have been salt of the earth. They've made me feel really welcome. We've had a bit of a laugh with a couple of people, but they've been really welcoming, and I've felt really safe and secure here. So I just want to say thank you to Leigh and everybody who works here. You've all been fantastic.